What's up, guys? What's up, people? It's your boy Simon today, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic that a lot of people have asked me to talk about. Yeah, we're going to talk about how to increase your result in 2023. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few tips which I think that has worked for me for the past years, and I think would work for some of you. So let's dive right in, guys. I'm gonna give you guys some few tips, which is tip number one is don't study what you know already. Now, this is one of the mistakes a lot of students are actually making, especially when they don't actually have the motivation to study. You always study, okay, I've done this, okay, let me just do revision. Now, most of them will put it on the ideology that, okay, I'm doing revision, but you will notice that they actually have this recurring revision about one particular topic, and I think that that is really bad for some students. Now, I think you should actually know your weak points. Okay, know the topic that you are actually bad at, and try studying those topics because those topics are topics that you know that if question had to come out, you won't be able to answer it. But you reading a topic that you know, if question come out, you will answer it really, relatively very easy. Now, I think you should actually focus on the topic that you know that okay, these are my weak points. Then I'm going to double down on this and try to understand them. Try to read those topics that you don't know, rather than reading topic that you know over and over and over again and putting it on the fact that you are doing revision. I don't think that will actually help. So that's my tip number. Tip number two I'm going to give you guys is practice this. Now, after studying the topic or knowing your weak points and doubling down on that on those your weak points, I think it's advisable for you to practice there to test yourself to test how good you are in a topic because I've seen a lot of students after studying a particular topic that they know they are actually bad at. The next thing is because they are scared of answering question, they move to the next question. Now, yes, it can be really scary sometimes to answer a question because you know that answering 20 questions you might just get five right and it will actually kill your morale. But I think it's very advisable to answer this question so you will know that okay, these are my weak points. Now, the core concept of answering tests isn't to make you feel bad. It's for you to know, okay, these are the weak points that I have, and these are my strengths. Now, you know that by the time by the time you answer the test question, you don't actually have to read back those particular topic from beginning to the end. You can actually just okay, these are my weak points, and study those weak points, double down on those weak points. So that is just the core concept of test. Now, but most people think that okay, if I fail 15 questions and I only got 5 out of 20 questions, then I need to start again from the beginning. You don't always have to start again. Just know that okay, these are the weak points that you have. So double down on those weak points, and trust me, you would really see improvement, and this will help you to increase your results. Now, tip number three is review notes immediately after class. Now, I think this is very important. That this is actually what I do when I was actually studying. Immediately after class, it's more advisable for you to review notes because you might say, okay, when I get home or when I'm doing this or when I'm doing that, then I'll review the notes. But the truth is that when you get home, you'll be very busy. One, you'll be very busy, or two, you won't actually concentrate, especially if you're living with people. Like sometimes when I'm with my friends and like I don't really have time to actually study because when I'm home, they're always like, come on, let's do this, come on, let's do that. And you don't really have time. So I think reviewing note after class, immediately after class, is very important because by then reviewing that note is just you won't take up to 30 minutes to review your notes immediately after class because you I think the what they have actually taught is still fresh in your memory. So it will just take you 5, 10, 15 minutes. It won't take much of your time, 15 minutes, you just go through those notes. Rather than going home and okay, you're like, okay, let me try it tomorrow, and the next day you have to spend almost an hour because almost everything that you read has actually gone. So you have to spend almost an hour. But in class, you can spend just 15 minutes going through those notes, and trust me, you will really see improvement. So try answer reviewing notes immediately after class. What tip that I'm going to give you guys is read to understand. Now, this is one of the core the aspect that a lot of students make, the one of the error rather that a lot of students make. You just read the topic, you just want to read it like okay, especially when you know your weak point. Okay, you know that okay, I'm weak in this particular topic, and you're like, okay, let me just read it. Now, that is actually one of the problems that you're having, that is making you not actually understand that topic. You need to read it to understand. Now, not reading to just memorize is different from reading to understand. You need to understand the core concept of what they are trying to give, what they're trying to get. Now, I remember when I was actually reading a topic some time ago, and the formula was actually a word, a sentence in that word, and I was like, when I saw the formula, when they were actually using the formula to solve question, I was like, where did they get this formula from? Because I love knowing derivation of formulas so that I can derive it, even though I don't remember the formula, I can derive it from a particular stuff. Now I was like, where did they get this derivation from this topic? And I had to ask from my tutor, and he actually brought me back to that statement, that sentence, and I was really shocked because that statement alone has about a very huge formula in it, which I didn't really understand. And it was because I was just reading it because I wanted to read. I didn't read it because I wanted to understand. So I think this is one of the most important things. If you read a topic to understand it, trust me, you won't have any weak point in that topic. You would actually understand. You will realize that the topic is very, very easy because you've actually read it to understand. So don't read just to know a formula, or read just to know this, or read just to know that. Read to understand that topic. And once you read to understand it, trust me, whoever in that topic is, it's going to be very, very easy for you. Another thing is cling to an appropriate style that works best for you. Now, I've seen a lot of students that are all nighters, or those students that study most time in the day. Now, because maybe a friend of yours that is a scholar in class is always staying up all night, and you're like, okay, I myself, I'm going to stay up all night, I'm going to do this, that, and it doesn't work like that. You have to actually know what the particular strategy works for you. You don't always have to copy someone else's strategy. Everybody is unique, everybody is different, and I think your study habit is different. Now, if you pick a study habit that you got from a friend, and it's not actually tailored to you, especially, now you're not going to actually increase your result, because you're going to actually fail that particular stuff to your that particular topic or whatever you're trying to read. You're not actually going to understand it. Now, not everybody is can stay up all night. Not everybody can stay up all day. Some people are good for studying at night, while some people are good for studying in the day. Now, we have different type of studying. Now, I myself am the kind of person that when I study like I'm in a class. I read it out loud to like people, and ask myself questions. And when I ask myself questions, I make it feel like we're in a study environment, even though I am the only one there. But so I'm just trying to tell you that they have different. We have actually different study. What should I call it? Strategy that can work for you. Some people like to read out loud. Some people like to read inside. Some people like to stay up all night. Some people like to stay up all day. Now you just need to know, okay, what strategy is best for you to increase your result. What strategy works best for you, and double down on that strategy, or tailor to the, or sorry, clinch to those strategy that works best for you, rather than trying to copy someone else's strategy and implement it on yourself, which isn't actually going to work. Another thing I'm going to give you guys is, don't do too much. Now, yes, in as much as you want to increase your results, you want to score high, you want to be a straight A student, I don't think that killing yourself over this kind of thing would actually help or do any good. Rather, you do more harm than good. So try to take things as easy as possible. Now, don't make unrealistic goals like, okay, I want to, at the end of this month, I'm going to study this whole textbook, and you're holding the textbook that's about 5,000 pages, and you're like, okay, at the end of this month, I'm going to study this whole textbook because I want to score high, I want to improve my results. Now, I don't think that you should actually do that. Now, try doing the, okay, by the end of this month, I want to cover 100 page, or less than, or whatever your capacity can take you to, whatever you can do. Just don't stress yourself too much, don't worry about it too much. Just but at least do it every day, consistently every day. And trust me, even that 100 page you said you want to do, you might even do exceed it, you might do more than that. But you shouldn't give yourself unrealistic goals that, okay, I'm going to study 100 page because I'm going to study 1,000 page because I want to increase my results. So don't do too much. Try, relax yourself, okay? Another thing is, avoid cramming for exam. Now, I think these a lot of students actually talk about this, and I don't think I'm going to go deep dive into this topic more. Now, just avoid, read, like I said, read to understand. Don't just cram for exam, because when you cram for exam, like I told you, your brain has short-term memory. It can't store a lot of information. Now, if you read for exam, maybe you just cram it, you notice that before you even enter the exam, maybe you might forget 80% or 50% of what you've actually read. Maybe you read through this for the exam, and you're like, okay, I'm going to remember it till I'm going to remember this thing till the exam day. Now, it's not actually going to help you. That's why I always tell you, prepare very early for the exam. Prepare early, start reading early for exam. Don't just cram, because if you cram, trust me, it's not going to actually take you anywhere. It's not going to increase your results, and it's not actually going to help you. Rather, it will do you more harm than good. So avoid cramming for exam. Just study for your exam. Take your time, study from early stage. I think studying from early stage will actually prevent cramming and make you read that thing and actually understand what you need. And the last tip I'm going to give you guys is, positive attitude matters. Now, I think you shouldn't actually tell yourself that you are not good enough for to achieve high. You're not good enough to get a better result or whatever. I think you are good enough for anything. Now I told you I wasn't actually the bright student. I wasn't actually a good student. I always in my video, if someone had told me that I will actually help people, I will teach people and tutor them on a particular topic or whatever, and we're gonna have a big quarrel because I never expected myself to. I never expected to see myself in this place. But I think with positive attitude, it's gonna really help you. Just get to understand yourself. Give yourself. One thing that I always tell people is you're nobody's a dullard. Nobody's dull. So, like I said, nobody's dull. Everybody's smart in their own way. Everybody just have different way of understanding things that is tailored to them. Now, just like you, likewise you might be studying for an exam and it's not actually working that way. Try another way. Try something. Don't give up. Don't tell yourself I'm not good enough for this. Maybe studying for an exam is not my thing, or going to school is not my thing, or getting better at something is not my thing. Now, this is not actually only to educational aspect. I think to everything that you're going to do. Now, you don't always have to give yourself that negative mindset. Always be positive. Tell yourself that you can do it, and trust me, you will actually do it. So these are my tips that I'm going to give you guys in order to increase your results. To thank you guys for staying with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.